Alright guys, we're here to do the Ishikawa Goemon focus supply. I don't know if it's really called a focus because it has a different guarantee. It has a guarantee, focus usually don't have guarantees, and it doesn't have a wishing well. But before that, I want to let you guys know I got myself a Christmas present in the form of a SS Xiaoxiao Reason. Now, I'm not gonna do a video on this pull, on the Xiaoxiao Reasons SS pull, because the comments tend to get kind of salty, and it's not my objective to do that. I just want to be one of the samples out there, you know, as a reference for people to see how accurate the displayed rates are. And that's basically it. And for that sake, the SS videos would actually be much better because it's like a larger sample size, but at the same time there are a lot of players who are just unhappy at seeing high amounts of crystals being spent. I don't know, man. So I just decided not to post those videos, but I did record and I do have them in my archive for my personal reference. You know, just to remember how much I spent to get S2 SS and stuff like that. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Let's begin the Ninja Dancer supply. It's a stigma! Damn, not something I need at all. Well, getting JST parts are good, but you don't really need B, so 1000 resonators it is. Also, I already have 2 sets of JST, so I really don't need a third. But you know, if you only have one of the other parts, then having a 2-set ability isn't too bad. But generally, people just use TNM because the B part is usually replaced by Newton B, or if you're using a Blood Dance user, sometimes we use Ranya Sloth. I was hoping not to see weapons because I have basically everything in the banner, but still, I guess it could be used like as a Honkai Cube or resonators, so it's not too bad. Alright, so anyway, we're done with the first 20 pulls, nothing out of that, and the next 10 will have a guaranteed Ishikawa Goemon part, and so far what I've been told is that we only need M and B for me to— Oh, cool. I wonder how that's gonna affect the guarantee. Well, we'll find out soon. Alright, so we have one part down, and I have 21 focus supply cards left, and there are 21 pulls to the next guarantee, so I'm guaranteed another part. Generally, if I was only looking for functionality, if it's a B, I'm gonna stop, but I am looking to get the entire set because I want to make use of the guarantee. It's not always— Well, that was a lucky pull anyway, so I guess it's a free Honkai Cube. Anyway, yeah, so like I was saying, for functionality, you want to stop at M and B, but if you want to make use of the guarantee to get the entire set, then now is the time to do it. Alright, this is a 10 pull guarantee. Ugh. But hey, JSTT, a really good piece of equipment, especially if you don't have it. Unfortunately, on this server, I have 2 sets, so I don't think we'll need more than 2, so it's probably gonna get converted to resonators. Anyway, let's— Oh, well, we'll be right back. And we're back. Had to do a little cleaning up there, but anyway, there's something I want to talk about because I'm about to buy crystals while doing a gacha video, and I haven't done that in a while. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about it because it comes up all the time. So if you see me buying crystals, I'm usually like not spending money like on the spot, because I buy a lot of Google Play gift cards from eBay and Amazon, and wait a minute. Oh, Caravaggio, and this is a 10 pull for Ishikawa Goemon, so I'm gonna get one more 4-star Stigma. Forgot what it was called for a second, but anyway, I buy a lot of Google gift cards on eBay and Amazon. I guess you could buy iTunes ones, but generally the App Store— There we go, Ishikawa Goemon T. But like I was saying, if you buy stuff on the App Store, which is the iOS store, it's actually more expensive. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. So I have friends who use iPhones to play their games because that's their main phone, but they borrow stuff like they borrow their sibling's phone just to buy the in-game currency on the games that they're playing because it's cheaper. In case you didn't know that, that's how it is. So that's why I only go for Google Play cards. And Yeah, you can get them a lot cheaper. You can also buy different currencies, but you will need multiple accounts because you need to register them in like different regions. But if you do that, you can actually save a lot of money if you're actively doing it. Alright, so if you notice, I just bought a couple of focus supply cards because I don't have enough crystals to do a 10 pull, but with the addition of those cards, I can do a 10 pull, but we'll have to do them singles because, yeah, it's a combination of crystals and cards. And don't worry, I'll edit the whole thing so that it looks more seamless. And here we go. Alright, so we're done with 9 single pulls, and yeah, we only have enough crystals to do like, I think 3 more pulls, but of course, I want to get it in this pull, then I wouldn't have to buy crystals. But I'm prepared. Oh, it's a stigma. Oh, it's so disappointing. Oh my god, it's from the right set, it's just not the right part. But then again, we do have a 90 pull guarantee, and I did get one early, so we'll be doing 80 pulls instead of 90. Not all that great. I was hoping to do it like somewhere around 50. That's why I didn't really buy more crystals in preparation. But you know, stuff like that happens. I'll be right back. And we're back. And I know that's not enough for 20 pulls, but I realized some of my double top-up bonuses are still there, so I decided to buy them out first and see if we could get it in the next 10 pulls. Okay, that's not 10, but it's a weapon, and it's MagStorm again. God, that's sad. Okay, so I guess we'll be going for the 10 pulls. I mean, we could do like single pulls with the remaining crystals, but nah, I'm just gonna go all the way. So I'll be right back because I have to buy more crystals. Alright, so we're back for the final 10 pulls. I'll be doing them, and then we'll be talking about Ishikawa Goemon, why you might want to or might not want to get it. And yeah, maybe I'll do some damage comparisons if I can. Okay, for sure this time it's gonna be... Yep, it is. So it took me 80 out of the 90 pulls. Can't say I'm disappointed. It was kind of expected. Alright, so we're done with this, and I'm just gonna skip to the part where we're talking about the Stigmata. So I'm just gonna let stuff play on the back of the screen while I talk about them, mainly for Monet T and M because they're the most commonly used parts. Monet T provides 30% lightning damage, and when fully charged, 15% total damage. And then the M part provides 30% lightning damage when it's fully charged. So you don't have like any damage like on the go, you'll have to get your combo up before you get the bonus, right? And then its 2-set ability also provides 30% lightning damage, and you need the shield to be active. So there's that, right? It's not totally about just the stats alone, there's always conditions to be met. So you get a total of 90% lightning and 15% total damage multiplier, I mean, when you're fully charged. So that means it's 105% lightning, if you're gonna count total damage as lightning. But if you do Goemon M, we're not gonna look at T because, first of all, the 3-set for Ishikawa Goemon isn't too useful, and then T's conditions aren't, like, ideal at all, so we use Monet T instead, and Ishikawa Goemon M and B. But, you know, for the sake of this comparison, let's just look at M and B. So right off the bat, we get 20% total damage multiplier from M itself, and then once we're doing an ultimate attack, or after we do an ultimate attack, we get 15%, and if you're in Kenbu mode, which we'll talk about later, you get an additional 10%. And the B part is the super lightning charger because it gives you 35% lightning damage, and then after you do an ultimate evasion, the first attack that you do gives you 60%, but if you're in Kenbu mode, which is this, the 2-set ability, it gives you another 60%, so that's 120% plus the innate 35%, which is 155% from one part alone. And then of course, once you activate Kenbu mode, you also get 30% total damage multiplier, and that adds up to be a lot. You get 50% total damage and 180% lightning damage when the set is fully charged. Now of course, there are a lot of variations, like most of the time we'll use Monet T with Ishikawa Goemon M and B, but you could also use stuff like Shakespeare T, And then you could also mix up the Monet parts. Mainly, you could do Monet T and M with Zhanghen B, but that's a little contradictory because you need combo for Monet T and M, but you need to not have combo for Zhanghen B. Of course, there's the sweet spot of like 18 or 19 combo for that combination, and that's where all these conditions come into play, and it's not just, you know, damage alone, but if you're talking about having a higher damage output, then of course the combination of Monet T with Goemon M and B is gonna be the best, because when you do all the multipliers with your other supports, and then you do your attack, you know, that's where the damage comes in. So I hope I was able to help out even a little, and for anyone who's pulling for Ishikawa Goemon or maybe even Dark Bolt Jonin, all the best of luck. So guys, thank you for watching, this has been MG, and I will see you guys soon.